Democrats and the media are now unloading all their nasty attacks on rising Trump White House star and new press secretary, Karoline Leavitt.
I think she's probably been put in there because, according to Donald Trump, she's a 10.
The world of daytime television has just been hit with one of its biggest controversies yet, and this one is nothing short of explosive. Legendary co-host Joy Behar has officially left The View, but not without a storm of backlash, lawsuits, and social media chaos trailing behind her. What could possibly force out one of the most outspoken and influential figures in daytime TV? Buckle up, because this story is packed with scandal, irony, and a whole lot of finger-pointing. From behind-the-scenes tensions to shocking revelations, here's the full story of how Joy Behar's dramatic exit has set the gossip world on fire.
Speaking of Donald Trump, I was stunned and amazed by his new White House spokeswoman today. She's actually the youngest ever in that job.
Here's where it all began. During a recent episode of The View, a show known for its heated debates, Joy Behar dropped a comment that left the entire studio in shock. While discussing Karoline Leavitt, the newly appointed White House press secretary under Donald Trump's administration, Behar made a bold claim. She suggested that Leavitt secured the position solely because of her looks. Yes, you heard that right. The moment was so jaw-dropping that even the audience didn't know how to react, but that's just the beginning, because the backlash that followed was explosive.
Karoline Leavitt, she's just 27 years old, but boy, was she giving it to the Trump haters in her first White House briefing.
Ouch! That's not just a low blow, that's a straight-up controversy bomb. At just 27, Leavitt made history as the youngest ever White House press secretary. Her resume, stacked. Former communications director for top Republican campaigns, worked in Trump's first administration. But instead of focusing on her qualifications, Bear took a different route, reducing her to just her appearance. The moment was pure chaos. Gasps from the audience, awkward glances from co-hosts. Even Alyssa Farah Griffin, a former Trump staffer, wasn't having it. She shut it down instantly, reminding everyone, this isn't her first job, just her first press briefing. And if the live reaction was tense, the internet went nuclear. Twitter, Facebook, every corner of social media erupted with backlash. Critics from both sides of the aisle called out the hypocrisy. One user put it bluntly, if a Republican said that, they'd be crucified. Another added, Joy Behar just exposed The View for what it really is. They only support women who think like them. The question now, was this just an offhand remark, or does it expose a deeper bias? Let us know what you think.
Because she said something yesterday that really pissed me off. And that was, she said, there will be no wokeness here.
Oh, yeah.
Let me explain something to you.
Karoline Leavitt wasn't about to let this slide. Instead of issuing a standard statement, she went straight for the jugular, filing a lawsuit against Behar for defamation and character assassination. The legal complaint didn't just call out Behar's comments as false, it accused her of deliberate malice, a calculated attempt to destroy Leavitt's reputation. But this wasn't just a lawsuit, it was a shockwave. A direct hit, not just on Behar, but on ABC itself, the network behind The View. The fallout, unavoidable, the stakes, higher than ever.
Without that wokeness, you might not have that job.
Yeah.
Because women were not invited to that tape.
Behind closed doors, chaos erupted at ABC. Executives scrambled to contain the fallout. Should they issue a public apology, suspend Behar, or take the ultimate step and cut ties for good? The tension inside The View was palpable. Some staff members fiercely defended her, while others admitted that the situation had spiraled out of control. Behar was no stranger to controversy, but this time the stakes were higher than ever. A looming lawsuit, coupled with intense public outrage, had ABC backed into a corner. The network faced a decision that could redefine its future. Would they stand by their star or sacrifice her to save their reputation?
Is isn't it rich that The View is saying she got the job based on looks when DEI is all about based on looks?
The controversy escalated as reports surfaced about ABC executives scrambling behind closed doors in a desperate attempt to contain the fallout. For days leading up to Beard's departure, high-level emergency meetings were held, with insiders revealing a state of sheer panic within the network. According to sources, some executives feared that the lawsuit could spiral into an even bigger disaster, threatening ABC's already fragile reputation. While the network has weathered backlash before, especially over The View's divisive content, this particular scandal carried dangerous legal stakes, making it far more explosive. One insider described the atmosphere as tense and chaotic, with executives treading carefully, caught between internal loyalty to Beard and mounting external pressure to take decisive action. The walls were closing in, and ABC was running out of time.
It's not. So first of all, and I have had my objections to the job that Karine Jean-Pierre did, but she worked in politics for 21 years, 5 presidential campaigns, and worked in 2 administrations.
The fallout from Joy Behar's controversial remark didn't just shake the executive ranks, it sparked a deep divide among The View staff. Insiders say the workplace has turned toxic, with 2 opposing camps emerging. One side fiercely defends Behar, arguing that while her comment was out of line, the backlash is overblown. But others believe she crossed an unforgivable line, especially as someone who claims to champion women's achievements. "This isn't the first time Joy has landed us in hot water," an anonymous staffer revealed, but this time it feels impossible to recover. The tension behind the scenes is palpable, with whispers of whether other co-hosts could also face fallout. Meanwhile, ABC finds itself entangled in a legal nightmare. Experts are debating whether Behar's remarks amount to defamation, and some believe the lawsuit against her has a strong foundation. Even if ABC tries to distance itself from Behar, the fact that they aired the comment could make them partially liable, one legal analyst warned. With lawsuits looming and the network scrambling for damage control, one thing is certain: this scandal is far from over.
Karoline Leavitt is the press secretary at the White House, doing a great job. Such a great job that the ladies of The View feel the green monster coming upon them.
Just when the dust seemed to settle, Leavitt stormed back into the spotlight, refusing to back down. In an exclusive interview with a major conservative media outlet, she didn't just defend herself, she went on the offensive, calling the remarks against her not just sexist but wildly unprofessional. She made it clear she was here to fight. Leavitt didn't stop there. She laid out her credentials, proving once and for all that her position wasn't handed to her. It was earned. Her defiance electrified supporters, turning the controversy into a rallying cry. "This is what standing up looks like," one fan posted. "No more free passes for hypocrisy." Then came the bombshell no one saw coming. ABC dropped the news. Joy Behar was leaving The View. The timing was suspicious, to say the least. Just days after Leavitt's lawsuit, the network's vague statement claimed Behar had decided to step away. But insiders whispered a different story. Executives pushed her out, desperate to contain the fallout. And the reaction? Explosive. Some cheered, calling it long overdue. "Finally, accountability in the media," one commenter wrote. Others took it further. "Maybe ABC should be cancelled next. That would solve everything." But not everyone was celebrating. Longtime fans of The View called it a disgrace, blaming political pressure and media bias. This wasn't about justice, one viewer argued. ABC just caved. Meanwhile, conservative voices saw it as a rare victory in a battle they say is long overdue. "For once, the media is eating its own," a commentator declared. "One thing is certain, this story isn't over. The green monster is still looming, and the next move, that's anyone's guess."
Really don't like this woman. She's a good communicator. And so Joy Behar just offered her analysis on why Leavitt was picked for the role.
And here's the ultimate irony. Joy Behar built her entire career championing women's rights, calling out dismissive remarks and demanding respect. Yet, in a single moment, she shattered everything she claimed to stand for. The hypocrisy is undeniable, and the backlash has been swift. Critics are pointing out that her comment about Leavitt was exactly the kind of rhetoric she spent years condemning.
Bang, Rowan, I couldn't do that at 27. No nonsense, straight to the point, courage, detail.
Joy Behar's future hangs in the balance. Will she fight tooth and nail to clear her name, or will she vanish from the spotlight, forever remembered as one of the most controversial figures in daytime television? And then there's Karoline Leavitt.
But even factoring in that she's a nice-looking lady, I love that the Liv's attacks on conservatives right now are that we're hot and cool.
The fallout from Bart's exit and the ongoing lawsuit are set to dominate headlines for weeks, maybe even months. With public trust in mainstream media already at rock bottom, this controversy could be the breaking point for The View. Can the show recover, or is this the beginning of the end for one of television's most iconic talk shows? Did ABC make the right call by letting Joy Behar go, or was she unfairly pushed out? And most importantly, can The View survive without one of its most infamous hosts? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for the latest updates on this explosive scandal. This story is only getting started. Stay tuned for more shocking twists and game-changing revelation.